Very happy to be able to do this for you. Kevin asked me a little while ago, he said that we didn't have an opening band in Dublin, and he asked me if I could open the show, and I thought, well, that would be wonderful. I don't really know how to do this stuff live. It's a little project I've been working on for a while, but this would be a good chance, and Dublin is also one of my favorite cities to play in, so here we go. It's kind of a science project. Since I was young, I always wanted to do music based on the melody of people's speech. I would sit there in the living room and listen to my parents talk, and my dad would be, and my mom would be, and I thought it would be a great kind of duet with a tuba and a flute or something like that. Anyway, so this was in the back of my mind forever and ever, and then last year I finally decided to get started on it. And since I've got two little kids, in the summertime in Toronto it's too hot to stay inside, so we spend our whole summer on the front lawn with the kids, and I got to know my neighbors really, really well. So I invited my neighbors over to my house, set up a microphone, and talked to them. And then I would listen back to the recordings and try and find moments that had an interesting meaning and an interesting melody. Because when people speak, they forget that they're using their lips and their tongue, and they just sort of think about the meaning of what they're saying. And the same thing when you're listening to people talk, you're just kind of listening to the meaning of what they're saying. But the people often sing beautiful little melodies in their voice, in their speech, and it doesn't really get heard. So I listened back to these recordings, and then I would try and double the melody of the speech on different instruments. So I'll play an example first. So this is my neighbor Anna. She's an Italian lady. I live in a very multicultural neighborhood, so it's neat to listen to the different voices. This is my neighbor Anna, and her voice is doubled on the flugelhorn.
I've learned more. As you know, I have a part-time job with challenged young women, and they're happy all the time. You know, they're happy all the time, and I say, are you? Oh no, I'm happy. You know, and it's, you know, some of their expectations are so simplistic. Not to say simplicity because they're challenged. No. It's like they don't ask beyond what's present.